people are gonna judge you and ridicule you for sharing something and you believing in yourself, then shame on them. Those people honestly don't really deserve to have a say in whether or not you share your work anyways. So last week, I put out a poll on Instagram asking creatives, what is the one thing that they struggle with most? Before, I had the idea to just make an Instagram reel about it, but I figured with the responses that I got, I think it'd be a good idea to make a video about it. So in this video, we're gonna go over those questions, the things that the people are struggling with. We're just gonna talk about it, one by one. But before we get into it, I'm kinda running late for something. Bye, mamas. Come here. Bye, mamas. Daddy will be right back. Oh, let's get that eye booger. Yeah, no eye boogers around here, mama. Love you. Mwah. Forgot to turn off the lights. Oh. This is what happens when your girlfriend buys a bunch of antique lights. You gotta turn them all off because you never know what might happen. How's it going? I don't know what it's been lately, but I've really been falling in love with Austin's city skyline. It's getting better and better. Although I did hear that there was some complaints about a building blocking the sunset from some specific place, but I ain't got a problem with it. What's up, bro? How's it going? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, bro. Did you find it? Yeah, it's in there. You gonna walk into that car right there or what?
I literally hand typed it into maps and then it sent me like way down over there.
I'll tell y'all what this is all about at the end of the video. Alright, so this location that I'm filming at right now, wouldn't say is necessarily the best spot I've ever chosen. Again, I asked creatives, I said, what is the one thing that you're struggling with most? And the first one on the list is motivation. The only thing I have to say about motivation is that my motivation is unreliable. Why? Because it comes and it goes. And the fact that it comes and it goes makes it really hard to rely on it in order to create. What I'd say is to not rely on motivation and instead to find the motivation as you do the work. I'm gonna continue that in a second. It is getting chilly. Where are these people coming from? All right, we had to switch locations because the boy's kind of struggling right now. Let's say that you're relying on motivation in order to create. I totally understand where you're coming from. Whenever we are motivated, it's a lot easier to just go. However, life is not always that way, and we are human. And whenever I'm dreading the work, I just set a 5-minute timer. And what tends to happen is that just within those 5 minutes, I find the motivation to keep going and to finish the project, or to at least put a good dent in it, only because I just said fuck it. So maybe you just say fuck it and just do it and see what happens, because oftentimes you'll find the motivation as you do the work. There's probably gonna be somebody in this garage it's gonna see me and think, what the hell is this guy doing in the corner holding his tripod talking to a camera. Ooh, hold on, let me turn this autofocus off. Don't use autofocus when it's dark outside, guys. You know what, let's move places. Okay. If there's anything I learned in my lesson, it's to not wait till it gets dark outside, to not go shoot on top of a parking garage, which happens to be where I live. And 3, keep in mind the fact that there's been burglaries going on here, and there's probably people looking at me super sus. So let's move on to the next one. My biggest struggle is that I have too many ideas, but I never execute them. Whew, I feel that one most of all, because I've had ideas on ideas on ideas for years and years. And I mean, the whole reason I got a camera in the first place, it was because I wanted to do YouTube. And it took me 4 years to actually do that. So trust me, I totally feel you. I had so many ideas and I just never executed them. What I realized I was lacking in the past was that I didn't have a system in place to execute those ideas. It's fun and all to have ideas, but if you can't execute them, then they're just ideas. What I would suggest is to focus on creating a plan. And the good thing for you is that I have a free content ideation guide specifically for this reason. And it's to help you build a system to create or bring your ideas to life. So go check it out, and then maybe that could help you. I would say just really focus on creating that system and you'll be better off. This next one actually ties into the same thing, and this person said that their biggest struggle is to actually share her creations. The one thing that I really try to keep in mind when it comes to like overthinking, should I share this or not? Everything involving social media, it can be easy to get in your head thinking, oh, what might certain family members or certain friends think of me if I share this work? Or, this whole list of things could add up and could prevent us from actually sharing this creation. But the one thing that really helps me and that I try to be mindful of is to keep in mind that there is the possibility that there's one person that you can impact out there. And each time that you choose not to share your creation, you rob that person of the opportunity of changing their life. And also just something else to think about is, what do you got to lose? If people are gonna judge you, ridicule you for sharing something and you believing in yourself and just trying to put your work out there, then shame on them. Those people honestly don't really deserve to have a say in whether or not you share your work anyways. A lot of people, it's gonna be people you've been close with for a long time. Don't take it personal. Everybody's just worried about themselves for one, and two, deep down these people just really care about you and they want you to do well. It can be backwards sometimes, like if you really wanted me to do well, then you would support me. But this is when you filter those people in and out of your life and you really ask yourself, is this person helping me grow, or are they preventing me from growing? I had a few more on the list, but I think that's a good amount for today. The lighting's not so great. Let's just proceed with this tomorrow.
Is there somebody else I should be speaking to? Have I stayed too long? Have we both moved on?
All right, so we're feeling refreshed. It's a beautiful day. It feels amazing outside, honestly. I figured now's a good time to go ahead and get back into those questions that we were talking about. The next one says, the number one thing that I struggle with most is marketing myself in order to get more clients. I hate being salesy. That was like the hardest thing for me, is like being salesy makes me want to throw up. The one thing that really kind of helps me switch my mindset is to focus on your clients' pain points and try to humanize the conversation as much as possible. Every time we talk to somebody, whether we're out and about or we're doing business, we just want to feel that human connection. At the core of everything we do, you just want to feel like you can connect to another human, whether it's a relationship or a happy smile wave to somebody random in public. So how can you humanize a conversation? It is good to talk about money up front, but maybe this feeling like you're being salesy could be overcome by just being really confident and the value that you provide for your clients. You have an exact understanding of what this person's pain points are, what they struggle with, what they deal with on a daily basis, and you are coming to them not to take their money, but to solve their problem, to help them get rid of this problem so that they can focus on the bigger, things that they need to worry about. So focus on the pain points. Just don't focus so much on the amount of money that you're trying to make from this client. Just focus on the problem that you're solving for them, and hopefully that will help. Let me know what you think. The next response that I got was wanting to be great at everything. There was a time in my life where I wanted to be great at everything too, and it's just because I felt like everything would be so much easier if I just knew how to do everything and could do everything. If time wasn't a factor and I was able to just solve all my problems perfectly. It sounds nice, but the only problem with it is being great at everything, being a jack of all trades, means that you are somewhere spreading yourself thin. For me personally, I just think that there's so much more value when you can be just really good at one thing. There was actually an article not too long ago, and I'll make sure to link it in the description for anybody that's interested. There's two sides to the story. There's being a jack of all trades and just being only good at one thing. But what if you could find that middle ground? And I think that middle ground is where you can really excel and diversify yourself and your skills and your talent. And what that is being a jack of some trades, not a jack of all trades, a jack of some trades and a master of one. Maybe ask yourself, what are 3 to 4 things that make me unique, that I have skills in, and how can I embrace that and use that to my advantage while only being a master of one thing? The only example I can really think of right now is that I have a degree in finance. And so maybe that could be one trade that is part of my some trades, jack of some trades. And my master, my one thing could be filmmaking. That's just an example. I think that you'll find a lot more fulfillment just knowing that you're really great at one thing, really good at a couple things, and everything else is just kind of whatever. As creatives, one of our biggest struggles in general is overcomplicating things. This all stems from wanting something but not having a clear plan to get there, or just taking the time to really understand the type of mindset that you need to have in order to survive throughout the struggle. Because let's be honest, no matter what you do in life, the beginning is going to suck. It is gonna suck so bad. You're gonna experience a lot of negative emotions, and you're gonna wonder why the hell you're doing this. Just remind yourself in those times that the alternative is not chasing what you believe in, and think of that. Think of those negative emotions, and remember that that's what you should avoid. Don't go about your life and then live your last day in regret, thinking about what you could have done. You're always on the right path, for one, and two, you just gotta embrace the suck. You gotta just understand that this is a part of the process, and it's trial and error until you figure it out. You learn from your mistakes. Nobody has a clear path to success. Everybody has a different path, meaning that some people get it earlier than others. Some people don't get it at all. Some people get it way later on. And while it's good to have goals, you just can't put expectations on it, because the universe just works differently for everyone. If everybody had the same life path, could you imagine that? Just like, can you imagine what that would look like for our economy, for our mental health, for just us as a society in general? That would suck if we were just all like literally walking on the same path at the same speed. Oh, hey, seen you before. No. Embrace the fact that your life is unique and that your path is going to be way different than all of the people you look up to, all of your peers, all the younger people. It's just going to be different. But the only thing that is really going to ensure that you're going to be more successful is by just growing thick skin, staying focused, building a system and sticking to that process, and just being mindful of, or just being grateful. Yeah, just being grateful of what you do have right now. A lot of those things can just provide you with some solitude. Yeah, you're gonna hit rock bottom at some times, but it should not be just a huge stress ball of emotions. And if it is, then it probably is just either your mindset that's causing that, or just a lack of a system or a process that's causing that. I think that's a good point to end this video on. This one was a lot of fun. I challenged myself to just get out of my apartment and to stop filming in there. Just being out in nature, I feel like I'm in tune with my thoughts and stuff. So yeah, let me know what you think about this style of video, this more vlog format, but also talking about creative topics. I honestly had a lot of fun with it. I have no clue what this is going to turn out to be or how long it's going to turn out, but I think there was some good information for you creatives out there. And that's what I'm doing this for. I just want to help creatives, and I want to just help creatives work on their self-development, their mindfulness, and their process. All of these things are so important and crucial to our entire journey. And obviously we're going to get better as we go, when it's not going to just be like a smooth sailing process, especially in the beginning. But the more we show up and we show ourselves that we deserve it, the more the universe is going to give it to you. So don't stress out. The process is a process for a reason, but enjoy it and smell the roses along the way, because you don't want to go all about this just to get your success and look back and think, damn, I did not appreciate that time in my life because I was too wrapped up in trying to make money. Thank you so much for watching. I can't even talk anymore. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you if you got to this point of the video. And I guess now is a good time also to talk about why I got that little wristband in the beginning. Today and tomorrow, me, my girlfriend, and some friends are going to a music festival here in Austin. It's actually a very special place in our heart because it was the very first music festival that I took my girlfriend to, and we're coming back to it. Go have fun. Go enjoy life. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Is it time?